Hello, and today we are going to be looking at an amazing park by the one and only FloodedTombs, which I've had the pleasure to be a part of. Now, this is an abandoned kind of adventure-themed park. It's really, really good, and I'm so excited to tour it. And I've actually got FloodedTombs here with me. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. You?
I'm doing great, thanks. Definitely excited to look at this park. Now, I'm starting off in the car park. I don't know whether we should have a look, like an over guy shot or stay in flip cam, but I think we'll stay in flip cam just because you can get a better feel for the park. I really like that at the end. I didn't notice that before.
Oh, I tend to add that in all my parks.
Good to add a bit of branding. So you've fully decked out the car parks. It's absolutely huge. For those that don't know, you've made pretty much the entire park, haven't you? Because I originally wanted to have more of a bigger part into it, but I decided that because of like just life things and how much uni work I had on, I'd only do the one coaster in the park. So you kind of took the rest of it, didn't you? And you've made an absolutely insane park. You can kind of see some of the coasters there as a bit of a tease.
Yeah, I mean, the intention was to do a collab part with you, and yeah, obviously you couldn't do as much, but I wasn't sad about it. If I'm honest, I'm quite happy, but I'm so glad that you were a part of it.
You've definitely done an amazing job. Nice shout out to Bertie there as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's probably my best friend on Planet Coaster. Learned a lot from him, so he's shouted.
So you've put in like a main road that connect the park to the rest of the world, which I really like, all the traffic lights and everything. You know what I'm like about realism. And then the entrance here for Lost Kingdom. Is there any sort of like inspiration you had for the entrance structure?
Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that was sort of inspiration from that.
I like the custom skins as well over the vending machines. They're really good. If there's any specific parts you want me to go and look at, you can just tell me and I'll go over.
Oh, no worries. I'm just enjoying you exploring, really. I mean, if you go to the right, it says guest services. There is a security hut on the right. If you go through this gate, and in this building, I've just done a shout out in there for the blueprints I used in the park off the workshop.
Oh, okay, that's very nice. I like the monkey.
Yeah, that was a sort of Easter egg from Toy Story 3 with the monkey
Yeah.
security.
So I'll actually get into the park now. I really like the sign as well. I need to start doing this with parks, like adding more to do in the kind of like, I don't know, pre-plaza, if that's a word, like the plaza before the entrance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, me and Bertie done it with Aurora Adventures, and it makes it feel real. Like,
Definitely, yeah, another amazing park. So if no one's seen that, definitely go and check that out. I love these pin trading machines. They're not machines, they're just vending stores that you put in. They're on the workshop as well, I think.
yeah, they are. I was going to say I only managed to get one in the park because of the percentage.
Oh yeah. You can't see because I'll have cropped it out in the actual video, but this park is exactly 100%. So no more room for building. I love all of these, again, more realism stuff like the backstage areas and everything.
Yeah, that fire exit does actually link to the shop on the left.
Oh, clever. Was there any specific inspiration for all the aesthetic of the park? Because I love, I mean, especially that. That in itself seems to be like a framed picture. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. I mean, I always the vision was to have a main street with like the Disney Castle at the end. So obviously, being an adventure, it couldn't just be a castle.
Yeah, he did an absolutely amazing job. I just love how kind of it looks like all the roots and stuff have like burst through the floor and tried to reclaim all of this back in a way. It looks really good. I'm going to gift shop.
I wanted the rocks to be obviously they would have been fake rocks, so I put scaffolding behind it, so it's not real rock and the roots weren't real root.
And then we'll come into the end of the main street here to kind of like the main focus point of the park when you come in, which is the theming around the rapids ride. So this is actually a ride, which is really good all around here. Which way do you want to go first? Should we go left or right?
Probably go right.
Yeah, sure. I like all the like directions as well for helping people get around. I've always wanted the ability. I know you can do it on PC now, but like putting in like an actual map that you could make on like Photoshop or something. Shame you can't do that on console.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I absolutely love these. I don't know where you get the ideas from. It's like creating all of this detail and stuff. It looks like it's been so planned, but I know whenever I build, I just kind of wing it as I go along.
I think I'd do the same.
So I think we'll leave most of the flat rides, but we'll have a look in the queue of this one. What's it called? Just skip the queue.
Tailspin.
Oh, you even put fast tracks in as well. That's clever. Never actually been on one of these, but they look interesting. So, am I going to right? Oh, again, left or right, do you reckon?
Probably, if you go left, I mean, this is probably one of my favourite views as you come up. If you go left up towards the river rapids.
I'll come back to that coaster. It's the river rapids. Oh, yeah.
This
definitely.
is one of my favourite views.
That is a definite thumbnail-worthy shot. I love it how it's all really misty as well with all the water effects.
Good. So I wanted, you know, at Fort Park, the river rapids there.
Yeah.
And there's that bit that you come off the channel and you sort of, the boat floats about and then eventually finds the channel back. And I sort of wanted that area to be like that.
Yeah, I can see that. That's really clever. We've even put in the I don't know what you call the life ring things.
Like, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. As much realism as possible.
So this is the first coaster. Where's the entrance? I'm stupid, down here. I really like over the path parts as well. It just like really immerses you with the area. Like you can't really see much of the rest of the park from here, but like I really enjoy that. It makes it feel a lot more like intimate and well designed.
Yeah, the idea was to not be able to see other areas. I mean, it was your fault really, because you said I want to hide my roller coaster, and it sort of made me want to hide everything else. So because it is an adventure, it's like once you're in one area, you don't realise the next area, which is just next year, is there until you're in it.
So this one's Cobra's Curse. Is it this is probably a family coaster, I think, or Zero. It depends.
Yeah, it's a kiddie coaster. Original name. I've got like a fire exit here in case of evacuation points.
Oh, yeah, and the nice steps as well. Just be careful, I don't want the flip cam getting caught on anything. So, we'll go up the queue. Nice autosave like in the game, thanks.
Real time.
Lockers in as well, custom station. Alright, we'll speak after the ride. So that was Cobra's Curse. Lovely little kiddie coaster. Was there any specific inspiration for that ride-wise?
None at all. I just went at it.
I really like it. The layout's good, especially with like the trench thing you've created underneath as well. It interacts really well. It always amazes me how long the trains are on these kids' coasters.
Well, I think they're too long. But I did want it to go under the path and then return over the path just for that interaction.
It's really good. You can get ones as well that are even longer than that in real life. It's insane. You wouldn't think it'd have like enough speed to get around, but oh well. Should we go back down here?
Yeah, you head towards Chaos.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Oh, I didn't even know there's a door there as well. It's like the custom supporting of the columns that have fallen over, and oh, there's a cherry plane down there. Getting distracted. But no, what's this in here? Is it a food unit? Oh yeah.
It's actually got your name. If you look at the names of the shops.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. There's some really nice adventure themed pieces in the game. All the murals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that was Ghostbusters that page.
Alright. Lovely realism as well with all the catwalks and stuff. I wish Planet Coaster 2 would put them in by itself. I'm not saying I'm lazy, but...
Yeah, it sounds like you are.
So, next coaster's the Mara spinning coaster. Where's the entrance to this one?
It was behind you. Oh, it's
Down,
to the right
down
of
there?
No, to your right now. The right.
Oh.
There.
Oh, okay. So this is the coaster. Oh yeah, because that's a flat right there. Ah, very clever. Do you want to pronounce that one?
It's just Chaos.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. I love the height check markers as well. I need to do some more interior queues in my next park.
I think there was like in real life when they design queues, they tend to hide it from view, so you don't see how busy it is. Otherwise, you won't join the queue. It's something to do with
Oh, that's clever,
how the brain works.
I think Taran's queue does that a lot. This section here kind of reminds me of that, because when you're actually on the ride, you can see parts of the queue, but especially off-ride as well, you can never see all of it.
It's a clever way of getting you to queue for an hour.
So, onto the coaster now. Oh, the flip can's broken already. Anyway, I'll see you after the POV. So that was Chaos, Mara spinning coaster. I really like that one. It's very unique. It kind of reminds me of Spinball Wizard at Alton Towers, but like a bigger version, which is always good. It's really nice. I love this backstage area as well. You were just saying about the transfer track, and how does that work again? Does it swivel round?
Yeah, so it will turn like a rolling pin. I think it's the same base.
Yeah, I can see how that would work, especially with there's the Mara spinning coaster at Fantasia Land. Both the Windjust coasters. If you look at their transfer tracks on Roller Coaster Database, they have really interesting, like really weird and quirky transfer tracks. So it's definitely possible. Go back over the exit. Hopefully, flip cams doing good. Hey, it worked. There we go.
Even open the gate for you.
So there's another flat ride here, the swing chair plane, I can't remember what they're called. Never been on one of these again in real life. They do look very nice, especially with the surround around the back of it as well. I really like that. You've even tried to, like, with the colours as well to make it fit in. Or the centre's custom made as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
So another thing I hope they do in Planet Coaster 2 allow us to like have almost blank flat rides so we can customize them a bit better.
hopefully they get rid of like the massive base as well that you've got to hide.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a nice seating area around here. Oh, and then we're conveniently onto my ride. We'll save the best till last. Because
However you want to do it.
I think the highlight rides in the park are probably the B&M Invert and the Dark Ride, I think those are probably the highlight rides. Some great views. I like how you've interacted these two as well, because when I was actually making my portion of the ride for this park, most of it wasn't built, was it? There was a couple of other parts. You'd done all the entrance area and the main street and everything, the rapids, but then there was just kind of a blank space of land for my coaster. I really like how you've integrated with all the other rides.
Yeah, it was pretty empty when you done that. I think it was your idea to put something on that turnaround, and as I built the park, it just evolved.
So, me being me, I had to build an incident. It was bound to happen.
So good, this ride.
I've definitely got intimate obsession. I think this ride was mainly inspired by Hagrid's Universal. I absolutely love that ride. I've wanted to make a ride like it for so long, and when we started talking about making this park, it just felt like the perfect excuse to. So, got a pretty average name. I couldn't really think of what else to call it, so Temple Adventure I've called it. It's just about to come out of the second launch now. Oh no, third launch. It's my own coaster and I can't even remember. I think we'll ride this one at night, so I'll just swap to night. There we go, that's better. Just because some of the night lighting is actually going on the ride, I quite like it. Have you ridden this coaster yet?
Yeah, I love it. I couldn't even work out how you done the dark bit. The drop track.
The drop track, yeah. It's kind of. I did a tutorial on it a while ago on the channel, but I've kind of come up with almost like a better version since, so I might have to do another tutorial of it. But it's not too hard to make when you know what you're doing, I suppose. But if you've never made one before, they are quite complex in terms of like getting all the triggers to go at the right times and everything. It can be a bit annoying.
But it's well worth it. It's paid off.
Yeah, I really like them. It's much more rewarding to actually do it in game as well, rather than like editing it afterwards. It just looks so much better. And obviously, when people download the park, they can actually ride it like it would be in the video, because I haven't edited it anyway.
That's a part of the game is the tools you've got and then bending them. It just makes it so much more rewarding.
That's one of the things that I think quite a lot of creators are trying to do with Planet Coaster, is mainly just break the game, isn't it? That's how you can make it work. So we'll talk after the POV. There we go. So that was Temple Adventure. See a little bit of the transfer tracks there. I always try to put transfer tracks on my coasters. Just add a bit of realism as usual. So, what did you think of this coaster? I don't think I've asked you about it yet. I can't remember.
Oh, I just love it. It's typical you. It's realistic. It's fun, snappy, and it's got some unique points of it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun making it. It's probably one of the most unique coasters I've built, but yeah, I was quite happy with it.
I love how it's got no height on it as well. Like it's just so down to the ground.
Yeah. I feel like most of the time I'm building coasters, because I know Alton Towers have the restraints of where they can't go over the trees, so I just kind of make up restraints in my head almost. I'm like, oh, well, if I build the coaster like this, then it could make it interesting. So that's kind of what I went for with that. Like, I didn't really want to go over the existing tree heights that were already around the park. I thought that'd be a cool challenge to do with it. I had to custom support some parts of it as well, just because where it goes over the path, obviously the game deletes the supports, but yeah, I was quite happy with it.
Oh, we love a custom support.
Oh yeah, definitely. They take a long time, but they're definitely worth it. So I think we're going to have to move on to the rapids now, because I keep thinking about it. I absolutely love the rapids.
You can pay to squirt people here.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, they're the Ghostbusters pieces,
Yeah, yeah. Just put a quid in and get them wet.
I always feel so, like when I'm on a rapids, I think it's happened to me before where I've been shot with one of these, but I've never actually done it to people because I just feel so bad.
You don't feel bad. It's fun.
But you can see the B&M there as well. Lovely view.
Oh, that's a good view.
So, I'm on the wrong part for the entrance, aren't I? The entrance is around the other side. There's just bridges everywhere in this park as well. I really like that. How, like, just the interaction with the different walkways and everything. It's as much as it's like a flat park, mostly landscape-wise, but like there being no hills, it's still really different in all the terrain about having walkways and stuff everywhere. Like how they've got like a nice viewing platform to look down on the rapids. So we'll go on the rapids now. I really like the font you've made for these as well.
Yes, the name. I just Google searched rivers. That was one name that looked quite cool, so I just named it that.
Fair enough.
I think it's the third longest river in the world or something. I wouldn't know how to pronounce it though.
That's why I didn't pronounce it.
It's not worth trying.
It's one thing with the rapids in this game as well, like you literally just get a station and that's it. Whereas obviously in real life they'd have all the water pumps and the no, it's not really transfer tracks, but you know what I mean, like the areas where you'd store more boats on days that you're not using them and everything. I just love it. It interacts with the landscape so nicely.
I was going to say, I just hate the in-game stations for River. I mean, this is meant to be a floating station that you get on, and I hit the original station.
I really like what you've done with this, how you've made like the wooden platform, because like with the ones, I think I've only ever been on the rapids at Alton Towers. I haven't really done any other ones. But like the actual walkway kind of moves the same speed as the boat, doesn't it, when you're getting on? So I like how you've tried to replicate that. Spare dinghies as well. So we'll talk after the POV. There we go. So that was the rapids that I'm not going to pronounce the name of. Was there any sort of inspiration for this one, like a specific rapids ride, or was it just...
Animal Kingdom's Rapids ride, sort of inspiration for like the backstage and the pump areas, which you can't see from here. Apart from that, then it was just free run really.
Yeah, I really like it. And more vending machines as well. So I think this part of the park's finished now, isn't it? So it's over to the other side, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm. And if I have, just tell me. Oh, should we? Which way would you say is best going? Back round to the main street or down there?
There's a good view if you come under this way. If you just want to go this way.
This is the rapids, isn't it? Part of the rapids drop. Yeah, very clever. I like that. Oh yes, I see what you mean. Oh, perfect timing as well.
Perfect.
I think this B&M invert is probably one of my favourite ones I've ever seen on Planet Coaster.
Thank you.
I'm not just saying that. I genuinely absolutely love it. It's so good. I think it combines like all the best elements that B&M inverts are known for. Like that in itself could be a nice thumbnail, but it's just so good. You've got the zero G roll really nicely done as well. I always, no matter how many times I do zero G rolls and inverts, I'm never happy with them.
I have to thank the Chacho for that, because basically I've watched his how-to videos, and I've gone over and over and over and made sure that the inverts are exactly how he makes them, because he knows what he's talking about. So hours of watching his videos got me that G-roll. So
that's good that helps. The main reason I pretty much made my channel was because of Chacho. So
no, he's
definitely helped a lot, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely an inspiration.
Let's introduce around here, isn't it? I love the name. As ominous as it sounds. Oh, there's even surrender your soul to the underworld. Oh yeah, very ominous, but I like it. Did you want me to switch this one to nighttime?
Not yet, until you get to if you follow the queue round.
So one of the amazing things about this ride is the station is actually underground. So, the camera's breaking again. Was this sort of inspired by Black Mamba about having the station underground?
No. Basically, when I started the layout, and I couldn't work how I was going to do a transfer track in the backstage. And every way I tried doing it, it just didn't work. And I ended up just thinking if I had it underground, it'd be so much easier. So I watched quite a few POVs of Monster.
Oh, yeah.
And just got the inspiration from there to build the underground station. It worked perfectly.
Yeah, I really like it. Underground stations, you don't really get many of them, but when they're done rightly, they work really well, especially this one. So should we go nighttime here?
Yeah, if you go nighttime now.
There we go. This will be the part where I walk off the path and just destroy clip cam. It's very like ambient down here. I like it. Oh, look at this. I haven't seen this station at night yet.
Added all the realism of above the track. They have them safety bars that push down the locks.
I wish the game would include these, but it shows like the extra effort that you've put in to make them. Even like all the boxes, like the blinking lights and everything. Very clever. Well, the bag hold's actually got bags in it as well.
Yeah, I tried.
So I'll talk after the POV for this one. So that was the B&M Invert Sacrifice, which I think is probably the standout ride of the park. Is maybe probably the dark ride as well, but I think these two are probably the standout rides in the park. We'll have a look at the rest of the park at night time at the end, I think. Oh, what a good view when you come out of the exit.
Yeah, that just worked perfectly on accidental purpose mistake.
Reminds me of I think it's the second inversion on Montu that does that. I know, like burst out.
Yeah, Montu was big inspiration for that layout as well. Actually, I watched a few POVs of that.
It's so good. Right, so we're going to have a look at the toilets. I feel like we haven't looked at any toilets yet. It's like coming up the Smiler toilets, where you get a really good view of the coaster.
Yeah, I wanted one that you could go either side.
Oh, that's clever. I like it as well how, I know when I see quite a few people building toilets on Planet Coaster, well, they'll just plonk the block and then have both of them like where they like face you, so you can. I can't explain it right, but when you can't see the actual toilets from outside the building, so they're not just straight facing you, it makes it look a lot better.
Oh, definitely. It's just little things like that. Like, I like hiding the blue tiles. I don't like the blue tiles.
Yeah, they say the toilets are very distinct in how they look, and it's not my favourite look for them, but I've just noticed the actual branches are moving on these trees, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the roots. For some reason they do that, but I didn't want them to.
Yeah, I almost thought this was the rapids there.
Yeah, that. Sorry, yeah, I was going to say that actual waterfall comes from the rapids, and then
oh, right.
there's a.
Oh yeah, the
This
pipes
is
for it.
Yeah, it just recirculates, and it also this water is used in the waterfall in that plaza area behind you.
Oh, okay.
It all makes sense why there's a pump house there.
So this is the last ride in the park, isn't it? The dark ride, which I've looked at most of the park, like when we've been sending it back and forth to each other, but I haven't looked at the dark ride one bit, just because I wanted it to be like a surprise.
Oh, glad. There is one more ride. There's the wing coaster.
Oh yeah, there is. I forgot about that one as well. I've been on that one. I really like the wing coaster. We'll definitely do that one. That can be the last ride. This font confuses me so much. What's the name for this one?
This is El Mirador, which is a real place. I watched a documentary, and it's I think it's Aztec or something like that. So I just.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Should I make this night as well for the queue?
No, yes, please.
Oh, very ambient. Right.
So this dark ride's actually two rides put together. So I used one of the queues as a fast pass, which it actually isn't a fast pass.
Was this all inspired by the flat ride you spotlighted with Click?
Yeah, the Jewel of the Eye. I mean, every time I build, I try and do better, and yeah, I learned a lot from that. And I think this is more realistic, but not as detailed as this was a part of a park, and that was literally one whole map. So
which side do you want me to go down?
Right.
The right side.
I mean, it don't matter which side you go, but just.
I know that's a coaster, but you know the Revenge of the Mummy coaster at Universal?
I haven't read that one.
The queue's a lot like this, where it's kind of like you're almost in a tomb and there's like loads of different levels and like lighting like that, so it makes it look like they've come exploring in a tomb and then the explorers have put up the lighting themselves. It just looks really like authentic for a tomb almost. It looks really good.
Oh, thanks. I mean, the inspiration was the Indiana Jones ride, actually. For the station.
Oh, it works really well. I like the lift as well for disabled access. I always try to put that in my parks. A really nice touch.
Yeah, I've got one both sides.
Oh yeah. I was going to say we'll talk after the ride, but I think we'll talk through this one. So, see you in the POV. I have no idea what to expect from this. I'm very excited. Yeah, I was just saying before we started the POV, I would not know where to begin to do like 2 rides in one that closely follow each other. It's so clever. Do you know how many triggers you use for this ride? Dare I ask?
No idea, but it's not as many as you think. Because it was a small one, it was, but it was a pain doing the dueling.
Was that a car that we just went past with skeletons in it?
Yeah, so you'll see that better in the other one.
That's clever. I need to make a dark ride like this at some point. They're so cool. Oh wow.
But the flames went blue then, so this side was sort of like the water side.
You forget how big this building is. Some of these scenes are huge. You definitely know your way around the game effects a lot more than I do. I haven't a clue about all the triggers and stuff. I've never done it before. The interaction that you've got going on with the car reminds me of the Rise of Resistance ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Really clever. So this is the second side of the ride now we're going on. And you said this one's got, you can see the interactions a little bit better.
Yeah, it tends to, you'll notice it a lot more interactive. The car you saw in the first one, you got a quick glimpse of, and you get a better view in this one, because it was sort of like to say that was the car in front of you.
Oh, that's clever. I like how the different cars are like pausing for each other as well, so that they're like, it's kind of like they're following each other, but in a better way, almost like they're interacting. That's really clever. I like how you've done that.
Oh, it was a pain though.
Is that just another one of like the same dark ride system that is on like the closed mode?
Yeah, so there's a third track ride that I've used the car for that scene, and the maintenance, there's a few spare cars in there. So the maintenance room was actually on the first corner of the ride.
I love the reveal of some of the scenes when you come around the corners as well. So how like close you get into the wall, it kind of keeps the reveal just until the last second.
Yeah, that was another mistake that was accidental, but it seems to work okay. I'm not going to say I was a genius and planned it.
So that was the dark ride. I absolutely love that. I think that might be my favourite ride in the park. Probably... No, that and the invert are both joint favourite rides, I think, in the park. And I love both of them. I know they're so different to each other, but the amount of effort the dark rides take, you can really see that you've put so much time into this.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. You're the first person to ride it.
The shop as well when you come out is incredible. I'll put it in day so we can see it a bit better, but yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, the shop's incredible when you come out. Well, it's cool. You've got like almost like a model there as well, and I really like these. Like the metal security tag detector things. Very clever. Oh, I went the wrong way. So yeah, that's it's not everything, is it? We've got one more coaster left. We're getting some really good timings with these coasters.
Perfect.
So this last coaster, am I right in saying it's inspired by I can't remember what the name of it is, but the launched wing coaster coming to Chessington?
Yeah, I might have ripped it off a little bit.
I prefer your design for the animal, whatever it is.
What do you?
I think there's a.
Oh, sorry, God, I was going to say, what animal do you think it is?
Is it meant to be like a puma or something?
To be honest, I didn't know what I was building, and then I asked my wife and kids, and they were like, "It looks like a wolf." And then I asked Bertie, and he said, "It looks like a wolf." So I was like, "I'll call it Wolf Rock."
It looks a lot more menacing than the Chessington one, but I prefer it.
I hope Chesterton are listening, because they should have hired me rather than whoever designed their one.
Say that how the station was underground. I love how you've done the maintenance area underground as well. That's really clever.
Well, here comes the train again. Yeah, so I think there's a tunnel for the maintenance that takes you back onto the main road.
Very nicely themed flat ride as well. Is that the one with the witch statue in the middle?
No, that one's got like the brain in the middle.
Oh yeah, there's some really weird flat ride skids in this game. But you've done a good job of covering it up. Is this the coaster Raider?
Yeah, that's it.
I love how the brake run actually it's almost framing part of the exit path of the coaster. That's really clever. This queue as well is very nice. I like this as well. I've started doing this now where you like rope off a certain section of the queue. So like if the park's busier on one day than the other, you can open up a longer part of the queue.
Yeah, definitely, it needed it. Just another touch of realism that you need to add yourself, really. I should have added enough one here, but forgot to. And I tried to do exits as well, because if you evacuate the ride, you're not going to want all the guests to walk all the way around it again.
Oh, that's clever as well, doing the left and right wing. It's annoying in the game how you forced to board from one side. I'll go up here so we can get a nicer view of the station. But
yeah, I didn't rip off Swarm at all.
I was just about to say it looks like Swarm, but it's a different take on it though, isn't it? Because it's like more of a destroyed temple almost than just destroyed. I think Swarms is like
a church. Yeah, so it's my take on it. So I mean, I even put an exit on the other side that goes underneath the station.
Oh, that's clever. Actually, we'll board from the other side. See what it's like. The maintenance area as well on this one's good. The transfer track's just on the first launch, isn't it? I really like the position of that. Oh yeah, so the exit's just there, isn't it? Very clever. So I'll talk after the POV. So that was the B&M Wing Coaster. I like how this one's kind of a step up from the Jumanji themed one at Chessington, because this one's like a bit taller, a bit faster. The inversion's a lot bigger. I really like it. Going under the queue on the way out as well, so you've put in double the queue effectively, because you obviously Wing Coaster's board from both sides, and the game doesn't allow you to do that. So have a quick look at the maintenance area. I really like how you've done this. All the Wing Coasters are huge, aren't they, the train, so the maintenance area has to be just as huge. So that's it for the park now. We're finished. Have you got any final thoughts of the park? Are you happy with it? Because you definitely should be.
Oh, I'm definitely happy with it. Yeah, I'm glad I got done what I got done. Like you said before, the percentage definitely limits you on what you can do.
Even like time-wise as well, I feel like how you've made this park in such a short amount of time, it's insane. It's like, because the park's like, I know the park's huge as well, but like, the amount of detail in everything is really, really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am a quick builder.
I like that message on the way out as well.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be another adventure.
I'll say I'll definitely be coming back to this park to have a look around. So this is the park from above. We can't actually fit it in fully, which how much it lets you zoom out, just to show you how big it is. It's absolutely massive. But you can see where the park borders are, so it's taking up pretty much the whole thing. We're just going to have a look now at the backstage area. So you can see the Dark Ride building's absolutely massive, but I really like how you've like sunken it down. It's really clever. When you're building the Dark Ride, do you sort of think of like all the access routes it needs into the building while you're building it, or does it just come afterwards?
Bits of it. I mean, this one I actually wanted this little station here for the maintenance. And because I wanted the queue to be above the station, I had to sink the whole ride, so it forced me to make the building lower than everything else.
Oh, and there's the actual cut through into the ride as well.
A little curtain.
Yeah, it's just so well integrated, all the realism parts as well. Around here, you've got like a little deliveries part almost. And then I think probably my favourite maintenance part of the park, which is a very nerdy thing to say, but I'm fine with that, is the water rides maintenance part, because how you've built it up on the hill here, like with obviously water rides take an insane amount of like backstage areas, don't they, with all the like water pumps and everything. So there's like all this down here, all the reservoirs where all the water's pumped from. You can see where it's like pumped up the hill to then go back down the hill, like to use gravity to go down there. Really well done.
I did actually do a lot of research on this, and that backstage bit where the pumps are, when the pumps are switched off, all this water has to store somewhere. So the water level will actually rise on this section and
that's cool.
Store there. I mean, if you go round to the other side of the hill where the waterfall is, I actually done. There's a little. If you go down, sorry, the other side. Here. Yeah, so you see this little stream here. But that was like an emergency. If it does overflow, it runs down there into the main lake at the back of the park.
Oh, that's really clever.
Through here.
There's just so much like planning behind it. I feel like when I'm building parks, it just kind of happens as it happens, and then some parts end up being wrong, so I have to like go and amend them. But this just feels like it's, I don't know, like immaculately planned.
It was. I mean, I've done a lot of research. To do realism, you've got to know what it is, and I'm not nerd chacho and work in a theme park every day, so I don't know too much, but I try to learn.
I like this around here as well, where you've got, because obviously if the ride ever loses power, you need, so the guests can walk off the ride safely. So you've got all like the exit paths that go down, obviously, because when you just place the normal track, it doesn't have all of this concrete flat part around it, so you've gone in and put all of this in afterwards. It's really clever.
Yeah, I did actually plan to have a hut at the top there with with a staff member in, but I never managed to put it in place.
But yeah, that's it for this park. Oh, well, actually, just before we go, quick look at night. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. Normally with night lighting, you can really like overkill a park, but this has been done really nicely. It's all very subtle. All the different areas have got their own colours. Like the water park's like a lot more calmer and cooler, and then some of the bigger rides are like darker and more intense. I think I definitely went a bit overkill on mine. There is way too much lighting around there.
Oh, it looks good though.
So yeah, it's just the perfect park, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you adding to it.
Yeah, thank you for letting me. It's been really, really fun doing it.
Well, thank you.
So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.